What's up, everybody? Welcome to another product review, and I've got a really interesting one for you today. This is the Walmart Exclusive Braille Skateboard. What's interesting about this is that it is only sold in Walmart. This is not one, like, there's a very big difference between this one and the ones that are sold on the Braille website. The main difference is the price. So currently this retails for $50. I bought this board off of Walmart's website for 30 bucks. It was like $29.97 or something like that on sale. So normally it's 50 bucks. So we're gonna just go off the criteria of it being $50 because I'm sure that sale is not gonna last forever. Now, interestingly, it's not only on their website, they do have it in store. I actually went to Walmart earlier today to see if they had one, and I found one. There was a whole bunch of skateboards, more skateboards than I ever thought Walmart had, because when I was a kid, they'd have like 2. Well, I went there today and they had this exact board. I don't know if the price was still 30 bucks because I didn't ring it up, but 50 bucks is basically the price point that we're gonna be looking at for this board today. All right, so first, this comes with your board and it's got some interesting, funny little things on it that I wanna read to you real quick. It's like attached right here on the nose when you buy it. And it's all, you know, wrapped in plastic, but I already took the plastic off. So let's go over the little pamphlet that comes with this thing. So first, this is what we got. It's 32 inches by 775. That's the size of the deck. And I looked online, it's only 775. They don't have any other sizes, so whatever. But this is pretty much like marketed towards the younger crowd. So 775 is a fine size for a beginner or someone who's younger. It has what they call OS 780 grip tape. And I looked it up. I typed it in on Google, tried to find what is this OS 780 grip tape, because it's definitely not anything I've ever heard before. Turns out, the only information I could find was that it's just Chinese grip tape. It's made in China, just like probably everything on this board. Oh, look, made in China. It says it right here. So probably all of this stuff is manufactured in China. We get a lot of stuff from China these days. That doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be terrible, and the grip tape doesn't feel too bad, but that's the only info I could find on the grip tape, is that it's Chinese grip tape, whatever. It has 52 millimeter 95A wheels, which is pretty decent for street skateboarding. That's typically around the size that you would want, 52 to 54, sometimes 50s. 95A is a little bit softer than what I usually skate, but out here it should be fine because we have really slick floors, so maybe it'll actually grip a little bit better than what I usually skate. For the trucks, it says raw silver trucks. Do not be confused with the company silver trucks. These are not the company silver trucks. Silver just means the color. That's what they're describing. So on the trucks, it does not say anything on the base plate at all. It's just blank. It's raw, silver, color, whatever. It's metal. That's all you really need to know, because a lot of Walmart boards are plastic. And then bearings, it says ABEC 7 bearings. Little known fact, if you don't know much about bearings, the number has nothing to do with the speed. And ABEC 7 is pretty typical in the skateboarding world. I always skate Bones Reds, no issues. So we will find out if these roll pretty well. All right, on the back is what I wanted to talk about because it's funny. Okay, so there's like a warning with a bunch of different warnings and stuff on here. The funniest part is the user manual. There's like a lot of like small text describing how to use your skateboard. And the very first thing says, in no case should the skateboard be used on the street. Skateboards should not be used for rides behind vehicles, cars, bicycles, buses, etc. at any time. The use of the skateboard on the street may result in injury, causing disability or even death. Use at your own risk. In order to brake or slow down, push the board to the riding surface to create friction. I'm assuming they're talking about dragging the tail. And that some people stop that way, but why are they giving instructions on how to stop on a skateboard? There's like 50 different ways to stop on a skateboard. And I would not recommend dragging your tail every time that you stop, because that's just going to give you razor tail. So, but this is so funny. In no case should the skateboard be used on the street. So just letting you guys know, if you buy this board, don't use it on the street. So stupid. They don't call it street skateboarding for nothing. Always use bearings of one type on a board. Do not mix different types of bearings. That's insane. I mix bearings all the time. You break a bearing, you don't buy a whole set. You grab an old one from a previous set, you stick it on there, but whatever. Basically, there's just a whole bunch of silly nonsense on here. I just thought it was a funny thing to point out. Let's get into this sucker. All right, before I get into my rating and how I'm gonna break everything down, I'm gonna jump to walmart.com where the board is listed and check out what other people have said in the reviews. So it only has 34 reviews, so not super popular, but not terrible. 29 are 5 stars, 4 are 4 stars, 1 star. So yeah, most of them are 5 stars, was pretty good. The 1 star review says, was supposed to be on sale, sad face. So I guess they missed the sale. It's back on sale again. If you're seeing this video, you can grab it. So a couple positive reviews. Great board. This is a fantastic beginner board. It's solid and the bearings aren't too fast for my young guy. For my young guy who is just starting out. Great for beginners. I'm seeing a lot of stuff like that. Structurally sound, quality and style, great board, high quality board, safe and fast. My son loves it, great product. Okay, cool. People seem to like it. Let's find out if I like it. But I have a pretty stringent board reviewing criteria. Let's break those down right now. All right, so if you haven't seen any of my previous reviews, basically what I do is I'll break it down into a bunch of different criteria, and for each section of that criteria, it either gets a check or an X, yes or no. I'm not gonna do 5-star rating and break it all down into that. I will let you decide that. First, we're gonna go over first impressions. Basically, without getting on it, how does it look? How does it feel? What do I think? Then we're gonna go over the board quality, and that's going to include how the shape feels, how the pop feels, and what is the durability of the deck. Now, I'm not gonna try and just like stomp it and break it, but I'm gonna skate it and I'm gonna skate it hard. I'm gonna, skate a bunch of different things in this skate park and see if it feels like it's pretty durable. Maybe I'll slam up like the edges up against the wall a couple times and see if it chips. Next, we got grip tape. So I'll just go over how this grip tape feels, if it feels like it's wearing down too fast or if I feel like it's actually grippy enough to skate. It feels grippy to my hands, but we'll see. Next is going to be trucks, and that's gonna be broken down into durability, grindability, and bushings. So all that's pretty self-explanatory. We're gonna see if these break in the process of skating, that'll be the durability. If they grind decently, and if the bushings are too hard to like set them nice and loose. So I skate my trucks pretty loose, and if these bushings are too hard to where I can't get them very loose, that's gonna be a problem for me personally. Wheels, we'll see if they're too slippery or if they're smooth or whatever. We'll just see how the wheels feel. We'll do a little test, see if they get flat spots easily. The surface out here is pretty soft. We don't have anything that's super hard, but I'll do a couple power slides and we'll see if these wheels are a little bit too soft and gets flat spots really easily. They do have grooves on them, so that's nice. Next is going to be bearings. We'll see if these roll, if they break in pretty easily. I'll just go as fast as I can and see if it feels like a normal board. I might do a drop-in test on a regular board and then a drop-in test on this and just like see how far I get without pumping or pushing or anything like that. And then last but not least, we'll go over the price. You already know the price. We got to go through all this criteria to see if that price point is a good price point based off of what we find out while skating it. I have a feeling it might be pretty good. So let's get straight into first impressions. All right, so let's go over the first impressions. I haven't even stepped on this thing yet. All right, the grip seems decent. It's got a lot of weight to it. And we're basically like comparing this to other Walmart boards and maybe some other complete boards. I've never really spent a lot of time buying completes. Like ever since I got my first board, I picked out everything at a skate shop. And I picked like Grind Kings, and they were the worst trucks I've ever had, and I never skated them again. So maybe it was a bad thing that I picked everything. But we're gonna base this off of like what it's like to get a complete. I've seen some boards at Walmart that are terrible. I think everybody has plastic trucks, terrible wheels that don't roll. These are metal trucks. They seem decent, nice and solid. The wheels actually roll really well straight out the gate. I mean, look at that, still going. It's not bad. The board count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's got 7 plies, and it's actually, they got the colored plies, which is kind of cool. That attention to detail is pretty cool to have for such a cheap board, and that's sold at Walmart. They got their signature little Braille logo on the grip, which is pretty cool that they took the time and initiative to put that on the grip. The grip really feels a lot like Jessup, and Jessup's good. Not a lot of people like it because they feel like it's not that grippy, but I skated Jessup for years and loved it. I prefer something a little bit more grippy now, like Grizzly or Mob, but Jessup's not bad, and that's what it reminds me of. So I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Just looking at the trucks, there's plenty of space here for grinding. Like the Kingpin is not gonna catch on anything. So you got plenty of space here, and that's something that you run into with Walmart boards, is that the Kingpin sticks up really high because it's just made by somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. They're just trying to sell a board. Attention to detail, man. Like these are actually, I think they're gonna grind pretty good. The trucks look decent and solid for sure. First impressions, real quick, I'm gonna give it a check. On to the next thing. All right, so now we're gonna test out the board quality. Shape, pop, and durability. The shape feels decent, I like it. It feels like a legitimate board. By the way, the floors in here are like super slippery right now, like even more so than usual, because there's a lot of condensation in here because it's been raining all day, and we don't have like central AC in here or anything. So it's a lot slippier than usual, that's for sure, but whatever, I'll manage. It actually feels decent. The nose and the tail are not like too big or too weird feeling or too small or whatever. It's surprisingly like, it feels like a legitimate skateboard. It's crazy. I skate 8s. 8 or like 8.1, and this is 7.75, but I don't know, I think it'll be okay. So, shape, I'm gonna say it's decent. Let me do a couple of flip tricks and see how kick flips feel and stuff like that. Oh my God. Dude, the trucks, bro. Oh, the trucks are really tight. Oh, I got my first kick flip on it. Yeah, these trucks are definitely too tight. Oh no. The trucks are too, I'm gonna have to loosen these trucks like 100%. Felt good. Oh, all right, I'm gonna definitely loosen these trucks. Give it a half turn. I always do it in half turn increments until it feels right. That's definitely better. One more half turn, we should be good. Oh no. Oh no. We're not even talking about the trucks yet and they're already too loose. Oh no. Okay, maybe let's go back to, let's tighten it up by another half turn. They got like really loose really fast. Okay, so half turn was all I needed, not 2 half turns. So I think the shape is adequate enough. I mean, I knocked out a couple of tricks. Oh, an ugly heel flip. So the shape feels fine. It doesn't feel awkward or like too flat or whatever. It's good. Next we'll go over pop. Does it pop? It does pop. It sounds good. It feels good. Like it doesn't like, you know, some boards will like thud and it just doesn't feel snappy when you pop it, especially the cheap boards. You feel like you're gonna break it when you step on it. I don't feel like I'm gonna break this at all. It pops really solidly. Oh, it's so slippery. Good pop. Solid pop, no complaints. And lastly, durability. This is a tough one to test because I don't want to break it before I test everything else on it. I don't know, let's do some wall slams. Come on over here. We're gonna do 5 slams on the nose up against this wall. We'll see how it looks. Ooh. What do we have here? Oh my gosh. Golly. All right, so it's a little messed up, you know. Yeah, but nothing, a little bit of this won't fix. Huh, brand new. Yeah, it's starting to split, and we've definitely got a chip. Big chip right here started. All right, just so we have a control variable or whatever you want to call it, I've got this big Enjoy board. It's got razor nose and razor tail. It's not terrible, but yeah, the nose is a little bit. It's not bad though. So I'm gonna slam this up against the wall a couple times and see if it's as bad as the Braille board. All right, 5 times. I feel bad. I don't want to mess you up, but whatever. Now we've got something to compare it to. Not near as badly damaged, that's for sure. So there's a tiny little crack starting. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, and the surface area, about 2.5 inches of where it's starting to get messed up, but it's not near as flattened out as the Braille board. So the Braille board, it's about 3.5 inches, taking some damage, and it's got a split ply here. That one didn't split the ply, and we got a huge right there and right there. That whole chunk is gonna fly off eventually. Oh yeah, look at this. Bad split ply, for sure. All right, so there we go. All right, for more durability tests, I'm gonna skate the stair set. I'm just gonna, simulate coming off of something a little bit taller. This is just a little 3 stairs, 18 inches high, 1.5 feet. I'm just gonna ollie pretty high and just come down pretty hard on it, see how it feels. I'm not gonna purposely try to land like here on the tail really hard and in the middle. I'm gonna try to land bolts every time, and we'll just see how it goes. Oh my God, the trucks, bro. Oh, they're sticking. You'll turn, it'll stick, it'll stay. It's because the bushings haven't been worn in yet. Oh my God, what happened? The grip tape did not catch. We haven't even started on the grip tape yet. God! All right, having some issues with the trucks here. Like if you lean a little bit, it'll stick, the trucks stick. And I was coming like this towards the edge. Like I wasn't like straight on with it. So I popped and shifted weird. And then I landed like, I don't know if it was heel heavy or toe heavy, but I think I got a little bit of wheel bite maybe. It's showing up right there. All right, let's see if I can actually do an ollie down this thing. There we go. Oh, dude, the trucks. Oh. All right, not too bad. The pop still feels good. Landing still feels good. I'm just having some issues with the trucks right now, but it's okay. The nose is pretty messed up, but I don't even know if, I was slamming it pretty hard up against the wall. It like didn't even damage the wall, but the nose definitely got damaged. Okay, so board quality, broken down into 3 sections: shape, pop, and durability. Shape, check. Pop, check. Durability, X. Overall score for board quality, check. Next is grip tape, and I've already skated it some, and it did feel decent. I did have that one struggle on my first ollie down the stair set where my foot just totally didn't catch, but maybe that's just because I suck. So I am gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna do some more diverse skating and then give it a grip tape rating. What should I do first? Mini ramp. Nice. Oh my God, the trucks. Dude, I can't wait till we can talk about the trucks. Oh my God, these trucks, dude. Ah. Ugh. Ooh, I just noticed something. I don't even know when that happened. Yeah, there's already a dent and it's breaking apart like cheap wood on 2 of the plies. I don't even know how that happened, but it just happened skating this mini ramp. That's bad for the durability. All right, here comes the hard one. This is probably stupid to try, but whatever. Oh, scary. I'm off balance because the trucks keep sticking. Ah! Oh no, I don't know if I can do this. Can't expect, I mean the fact that this is a Walmart board and I'm trying this trick, any other Walmart board I'd not be trying this. Ah! I landed right in the middle, I thought I was gonna break it. God! Oh, now I have to land it. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys, the grip tape is perfectly adequate. It's not terrible. I'm just struggling to get this trick. Like, I have to land this now. All right, grip tape, check. Now this is what I really want to get into because I've already been struggling. This is how we're going to break down the trucks. Durability, grindability, bushings. And we're not even going to do it in that order. I'm going to start with the bushings because I've already been having trouble with them. So earlier, it was too tight for me. I don't like tight trucks, I like loose trucks. So I gave it a half turn, all right? And I was like, it needs to be a little bit looser. So I gave it another half turn and it was way too loose. It was like doing this and they were like bobbling around. It was bad. I don't skate them that loose. So I went back, reversed it, another half turn. So that means I loosened them by just one half turn. And there, I think they need to be a little bit looser, but I'm afraid to go too loose. Maybe I can do a quarter turn. I don't know if it's, I just need to break these bushings in or what, but there, sometimes before bushings are broken in, they'll stick. So you'll lean one way and then it won't shift all the way back. They'll kind of stay shifted in that position. That's what bushing sticking means. That was really throwing me off, like for sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen them just a little bit more and see if we can get rid of that problem. It may just be, I need to skate the board more so the bushings get worn in some, or that may be a persisting problem. We'll just have to see. I'm gonna loosen a little bit more, see if it's a little bit more skatable, and we're gonna do some grinds on this thing. Let's go. All right, so quarter turn, quarter turn. All right, they're not shaking. Oh, it already feels better. For durability, it'll just be an overall. If they get bent or if they chip or if they crack or whatever, I'm just gonna do some grinds, see how well it grinds, see if it sticks. Mostly everything out here is properly waxed up, so I should be able to grind everything with relative ease. So let's see how it goes. Nice, solid. Oh, it's so slippery in here, bro. The ground is like so wet. Look at that. All right. Yeah, like it feels good. It sounds good. Seems legit. Like butter. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Maybe we can skate on the ramp armor because it's probably not near as slick as this floor. They're probably not near as damp. It feels okay. The trucks are still a little stiff and sticky. Yeah, like right there. As soon as I went to pop, I lost my balance because I tried to lean and it didn't lean. The bushings are just, look at this. I'm losing pieces of the nose now. Yeah, the bushings are just sticking bad. Bad. It's throwing me off. God, man, the trucks grind great. Just the bushings is killing me. God. What is happening? It's just slipping off. Like I'm not locking into it. I don't know why. I'm struggling with the Smith. I don't know if it's the trucks or what, but it keeps slipping out. Control group, getting my board. See if it has the same issues. All right, so this is my board, Venture Trucks. It's so much looser the way I like it. It almost feels weird, like too loose. So it's getting those tight ones. Yeah. Yeah, I locked in perfect that time, but these suckers are loose. Good board. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm struggling with that Smith. That locked in perfect. First try. Oh! I actually locked in that time. Dude, I know what it is. It's not locking in because they're too tight. Like it's not giving in. I'm gonna loosen them again, even more. I don't even care if these fall off. Look at that. That's bad. It shouldn't be like that loose. It still doesn't feel as loose as my board, but they're already wobbly. Oh, that was it. It definitely feels better. So much better. Count it. I'll take it. So yeah, definitely. I just needed to loosen them. I still am a little bit worried about, I get jiggles. I shouldn't be doing that, but the only way I can get them loose enough to where I like it with this board is like to have them jiggle like that. Check out the Ventures. They don't do that. They're loose, but they don't shake. Like, it's clearly too loose. That's an issue with the bushings. Now, you may not be like me. You might like tight trucks. You might like hard bushings. This is not for me. Let's see what's up with the trucks. Durability, I think we're looking pretty good here. Got some good solid grind marks on there. No cracks, no bendy. Bottom plate looks good. Give that a check. Grindability, grind's totally fine. Felt really nice and smooth. Got that crisp sound. Give that a check. Bushings, I'm gonna give that an X. But that's up to you. It's a personal preference. I like loose trucks. These I have to make almost too loose just for it to feel right because of the bushings. Overall, trucks, they get a check. So bearings is next. I'm basically just gonna do a roll test. We've got my board that's got some pretty old bone threads in them. They're like probably a month old. I've skated the crap out of them. So I'm just gonna do a drop-in test. I'm not gonna pump, I'm not gonna kick. I'm gonna see how far I make it. And we'll do that with both my board and the Braille board. Let's do it with my board first. No pump, no kick, no push. Let's go. Right there. We're gonna leave my board there. Braille board, bearing test. Here we go. Oh, we're going. We're still going. And we're good, bro. All right, it definitely surpassed the old bones bearings. So straight out of the gate, they roll really well. I mean, wheels have a lot to do with it too. My wheels are a little bit smaller, a little older, but this definitely is not like other Walmart boards when it comes to bearings. These are good, they're decent. So they rolled really well, nice and smooth, went really far, and they're also ABEX 7s, and can't lie, ABEX 7s, they're decent. So we're gonna give bearings a check mark. The last thing is price. And we gotta think about everything we just learned from skating this board to see if the price is right. So, $50. Is this board worth 50 bucks? I don't really know any boards at this price point. Usually if you go to Walmart, it's gonna be between like 10, 20, 25, maybe 30. I don't know much about, there's so many brands at Walmart now, it's crazy. It's totally changed since from when I was a kid. And then it usually just jumps up to 80, 90, and then you get into more pro completes. You're talking 120, 130, all the way up to $150. But is this board itself worth 50 bucks? After skating it, I realized this is not a pro board. This is not a board that someone with a bunch of experience should skate, because mainly I think the durability is just not there. But 50 bucks for a beginner, that's not bad. Like my first board that actually cost more than $10, $20 was a full probe deck that I got at a skate shop. It was like 150 bucks, and I could like barely ollie when I got that board. Now, if you can't ollie or if you can barely ollie, then this board's actually gonna be pretty good for you. It's not quite pro level, but it's way better than the cheap boards. So I think it's at a pretty good price point, especially for beginners and maybe someone who's a little bit past beginner, but isn't into super advanced stuff. If you're not jumping down big things and you're just learning your flat ground stuff, 50 bucks is pretty good, definitely. So I'm gonna say for price, it gets check mark. Okay, so final recap. Let's see. how it stacks up with all the criteria. I'm sitting over here because we're gonna have some beautiful graphics to my right, screen left. First, board quality. We gave it a check. Grip tape, we gave it a check. Trucks, we gave it a check. Wheels, we gave it a check. Bearings, gave it a check. And price, we gave it a check. That being said, be careful buying it. If you want a pro deck and something really good for like a hardcore skater that's got a lot of experience and likes to jump down big things and do a lot of crazy maneuvers and all that stuff, this is not the board for you. If you want to save a little money, you know, and you want to buy something a little cheaper, maybe you break boards a lot and you're like, dang man, I'm tired of spending 60 bucks for a board, another 8, 9 bucks for grip tape. Man, I can get a whole complete for $50. This is not for you. This is for beginners, 100%. It is one of the best beginner boards I've ever seen, hands down. I would have bought this board starting out if I was just getting into ollies, just getting interested in skateboarding. For the parents out there, if your kid is just starting and he wants to get into skateboarding, I think the learning curve is gonna be much easier getting a better board, but instead of breaking the bank and getting a $150 board, this is a great starter board. Don't get him or her some $10, $20, $30 board that's got plastic trucks and terrible bearings that don't roll. This is a much, much better option. It's not gonna break the bank because they may not like skateboarding after they try it out, but it's also a good investment if they do continue to skate. So it's not bad. Like I'm thoroughly impressed with Braille. The fact that they can sell a board this decent for $50 is pretty crazy, because I was actually able to do a pretty good bit of stuff on this thing, and I don't even skate this size board. It's a 775. It's definitely aimed towards people with smaller feet, people who are just getting into skateboarding, and I just don't think the durability is there to continue skating it for me at my level. But if you're a beginner, it's gonna last you a really long time. When you're first starting to skate, you don't need the top of the line stuff. You're not gonna be really picky. You just wanna get a feel for it and see if it's something that you wanna do. And that's so much better than getting some piece of junk that barely rolls, because that might make a kid not wanna skate having a really bad board. So at a mid-range price point like this, close to the cheaper side, I think it's like the perfect sweet spot, definitely. And that wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for sticking around for this ridiculous, long, and meticulous video. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as well. If you guys do want to support this channel, we have a Patreon. As little as $1 a month helps me out so much, so I can get other products for you. This is not a sponsored video in any way. I pay for this with my own money. I don't even know Aaron Cairo, but if you see this, hit me up, dude. So if you're new to this channel, I don't just do product reviews. My main thing is called Skate Park Showcase. Basically, it's a series where I travel around to different skate parks all around the country, mainly the Georgia and Florida area, but I have been to some other ones. And I basically just review skate parks. I don't really rate them, I just like showcase them. I show them off so people know whether or not it's worth their time to drive, or so people can discover new parks that they can't really find anywhere else. I find parks through word of mouth. I talk to locals and see what's around, and I go there and I review it to showcase if it's worth you traveling that distance. I've done close to 70 skate parks by now, and that's where the bulk of like my time and energy and money goes into. So if you want to support me, I've got the Patreon. If you can't support me, that's totally fine. There are free ways to support this channel, just by liking, subscribing, commenting, telling your buddies about it. And you know, I'm just gonna keep doing it. Been doing this for 7 years. So appreciate you guys. I'm out. I'll see you on the next product review. I've been doing YouTube for how many years now, and I still forget stuff. What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking out another awesome Park Sharks. I bought this off of their, if you haven't seen any of my previous, this is our camera guy. He's been helping me out with a lot of stuff. This is Coltin. Coltin, just from watching me skate, what do you think about the Braille Walmart Exclusive Board?
I am extremely impressed. I had plastic truck, you know, first board, Walmart board. This would have changed everything. like what you said about a crappier board might lead to you not wanting to continue skating.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what happened to me. The bearings sucked so bad, my board was slow. I didn't want to skate at all.
You felt like you couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, basically.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, just the bearings alone were that, and these are amazing. And the wood, That is probably the second coolest part about it to me. It did chip pretty bad, but a lot of the Walmart boards I've skated literally feel like cardboard.
Yeah, I've like stepped, yeah, when you step on it, it just feels like you're stepping on a wet, soggy piece of cardboard.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It flexes immediately.
Right.
Yeah.
I could probably break it like nothing. Oh, let's do a brake test.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the fun of it. This is not a reflection of the review, but I'm just going for a little butt brake test. Let's see what happens. Oh, solid. All right, let's do it again. Oh, dude, it actually holds up. All right, I'm just gonna stomp it and we'll just see how hard it is to break this thing. There we go. I was about to be so impressed if it didn't break from that. Woo! Dang.